Hospital leaders in England say they're frustrated and concerned at the government's decision to award junior doctors a smaller pay rise than other NHS staff. They're tied into a 4-year pay deal, which means they'll receive just a 2% increase despite soaring inflation. However, most other NHS employees are getting 4.5%. The British Medical Association, which represents many doctors, says strike action is inevitable if the government sticks to its guns. Our health editor, Hugh Pym, has that story.
I'm currently running CMD emergency care by myself.
There's just not quite enough doctors here, and the gaps of doctors are being filled by locum doctors.
So I'm an hour late leaving work and I didn't get a break today. Barely had time to have a wee.
Junior doctors describe the intense pressures they've experienced on recent shifts. Now some union members are protesting here outside the Department of Health, with a pay award of 2% in England, lower than other NHS staff, fueling their frustration.
I hope the government take the message that junior doctors, but also doctors more broadly, are ready to take action over pay, and that they can change course still. At the moment, they're on a collision course with our profession and with our union.
The British Medical Association has written to the two Conservative leadership candidates calling for immediate action on pay by whoever becomes Prime Minister. NHS providers representing trusts in England says hospital leaders are frustrated and concerned by the decision to exclude junior doctors from the pay award for other NHS staff. They say it'll undermine morale and create division in the workforce. These concerns are being voiced across social media. One junior doctor said she was quitting after just 1 year. Poor pay cited as the first reason for such a drastic move.
Crying at the end of an on-call shift is pretty normal.
Another junior doctor who's a union member, speaking anonymously, is angry at not getting the same pay award as his NHS colleagues.
I don't understand why we were left out. When I started as a doctor, I couldn't ever have imagined not wanting to be a doctor. I didn't understand the people that were leaving. About 6 months in, I was already looking at other job alternatives. I feel tired, not listened to, ignored and underappreciated.
The Department of Health said the existing 4-year deal would end next year, and that would be the right time to consider pay. Analysts say there is a broader context.
The Treasury might be concerned about the possibility of setting a precedent that if we unpick this deal because inflation is higher than expected, the same would happen again in future. If you set out a set of pay awards based on what you expect to happen to inflation, if inflation turns out lower than expected, the workers do better than they originally thought. If inflation turns out higher than expected, they do worse.
But with the UK's other nations offering bigger pay rises for junior doctors, there's likely to be more pressure for a change of course in England. Hugh Pym, BBC News.